All right, the tree behind me is a black walnut, and this was selected as a crop tree 7 or 8 years ago. This was selected as a crop tree because it's really the nicest thing that we have in this particular spot. It was surrounded by dead and dying pine, and black walnut has tremendous wildlife value. That makes it a good candidate for a crop tree because one of our goals here is wildlife. And black walnuts have really valuable wood. As we look up into the crown of this tree, we can see it's not a perfect tree. It did have a fork in it. So we have a log and a half below the fork and maybe another log above the fork. A log, by forestry definition, is a 16-foot piece of bole. And as you can see the bark on that tree. That is now a fast-growing black walnut. But if we look up in the crown, after 7 or 8 years, that crown has reached out, and the neighbors have reached out into the holes that I created in the canopy. And now they're starting to touch again, so I have a feeling that if we looked at the growth rings inside of that tree, they've maybe started to slow down a little bit after 7 or 8 years. Another really important thing to capture here, when we opened up the canopy, all that sunlight was able to make it to the forest floor. And look at the growth response of all these understory spice bush shrubs. They've really come back. It's become very, very thick. And so this tree now is probably good to just let it grow. By definition, we're a little bit past. We generally consider thinning for crop trees up to about age 40, and this is a little bit past that maybe right now. And if we look around, there's not a lot else that I would really take out that's interfering with the crown of this tree. Without reaching really far out, we're just going to let this thing grow.